You would never believe me if I told you.
I love the show Seeking Sister Wives. Don't ask.
Yeah, the name is crazy. What? What are you into? Please tell me you have higher aspirations, right?
I just need to watch certain things to make me feel like my life isn't that crazy.
Understandable, actually. It's an escape. It's an escape. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I am.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yo, I'm gonna check it out. It sounds like a good escape.
Hey y'all, it's Ravyn Lenae. My new album Birdseye is out August 9th. What's up, Nyla? We need to talk.
What's going on, guys? Nyla Symone here with another episode of We Need to Talk. And today I got a very special guest in the building. I got Ravyn Lenae here. How are you?
I'm good, babe. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to finally get to meet you. You're beautiful in person.
Me. Thank you. So
and
are you?
I finally get to ask you this. Why the color red? What draws you to that color?
I can't even tell you. I think when I was younger, I just had a vision of having red hair, and it's just stuck with me since I was like 14. So it's been a long time.
What?
Yeah. It's been a long time, and I just kind of stuck with it, like going through different shades of it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know, something about it I just connect
with.
Yeah.
Yo, you own that color.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
But okay, before we get into Birdseye, which is dropping soon, let's just talk about you, where you're at right now. How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Before the release of your new baby?
We're getting so close. So this week and last week, I've just been really sitting in, I don't know, the emotions around releasing something, and I think it's different for me every time with each album. And with this album, I try to at least create some healthier habits around releasing, because I think it's really easy for me to get in my head and like track numbers, and because that's just where we're at right now. So I've been better about like making sure I'm getting with friends the night something's releasing, so I'm like actually in real life around
enjoying
people.
Yeah.
So for this release, having a party in New York and in LA was something I was like, okay, perfect. I'll be around real people.
I'm gonna be
like,
there.
Okay,
yeah.
It was like real emotion, so I'm not just in a closet scrolling.
Wait, yeah. No, that's a great idea.
Yeah. So I think this one is gonna feel really. It's gonna feel good.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
And honestly, across the board, just from the outside looking in, I feel like you're one of those artists, like, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
It's like a gym. Everything else feels like, cubic zirconia.
Yeah.
Like, this is a gym.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Fuck those numbers, man. But I would say I did really like the Instagram post that you put up about your dad and like the letter that you wrote, because it just gave sincere. I mean, I feel like it added that much more to the record.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
One Wish.
Yeah.
It really added that much more to the record, One Wish. And I actually want to read just the first 4 lines of it.
Yeah.
It's like, I like when people pour their heart out, though, because that's what's relatable.
Yeah.
But you said one of the most beautiful things about making Birdseye was the amount of reflection that was required to truly tell a story that felt clear and honest.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love that for you. What made you are you a journaler? Do you journal all the time?
Sometimes. I fall in and out of it. But I thought with this song and this album, it was just important for me to make sure my voice was in the music and in people understanding the context around certain songs or certain themes I touch on. Which obviously made a huge difference in how it was even received. So I'm going to do that more.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but with that song in particular, it was just a sensitive thing for me, and I wanted people to not hear it and be like, oh, this is a cool song. It has a cool vibe. I like the instrumentation, whatever. I wanted people to truly understand what the words mean and why this song feels the way it does. So yeah, it was a touchy one for me.
It was great. Shooting the music video, I thought the video was dope too.
Thank you.
I did get a little lost though with the storyline.
Okay.
So I might need you to break it down. Love Me Not storyline, I follow completely. Love that one too.
Yeah.
Love the way that was shot. Love how you ended up dancing with the girls who were dancing.
Yeah.
Like, that was well put together. But for this one, I guess can you just break down what the treatment was?
Yeah, I think one of the major things that is expressed throughout the video is how a breakdown in a parental relationship can affect a lot of other areas in your life, whether it's relationships, romantic relationships with men in particular, or me feeling dizzy or confused about the road I'm on, seeking friendships and sisterhood throughout, those tough moments. So it just shows how something from the top down can affect, and trickle through all these parts of my life.
That's why I kept going back.
Yeah, and then using the car, I wrote that down like pretty early in the process of the car was one of the places me and my dad like had one-on-one time and like actually had moments to connect. So those are like the only moments I really remember where it felt like it was just us.
Yep.
So using that as a vehicle to kind of tell that story and bring people into little Ravyn's brain in a way was really cool to see happen, because I've had it in my head for a while.
Well,
and Andre like brought it to life for me. So
love that. Love the storyline too. And I too spent a lot of time with my dad in the car.
Yeah,
that is like I guess that's maybe it's normal.
Yeah,
but and our connecting thing in the car was the music.
Same.
Was like, Kanye West College Dropout taking me to
Same.
school. It's like,
yep.
So when I saw it, I was like, damn, this. Yeah, you know how to trigger emotions out of people.
I'm realizing that because even going through the comments and seeing people like really be moved by it was something like I just didn't expect this type of emotional response, and I'm like so happy I decided to share.
Were you not going to?
I think I was just nervous about going that real and going that honest in my music. I never even thought about myself talking about our relationship publicly ever. Mm-hmm. So that whole idea was new and scary for me. So
how did he feel?
So happy. He felt good. Honestly, like I said, it's opened up a lot of hard dialogue around certain things in the video, certain lyrics that I had to kind of break down for him to understand. Yeah. But I think just public perception is something that is hard for people, for anybody. So just talking through it, it's a day-by-day thing with us. Yeah.
Man, it's a day-by-day thing for all of us. Yeah. We all have these relationship dynamics, and we're all human. So, but I like you showing you're human. Yeah. Both of you guys showing you're human.
Exactly.
It really heals. It really heals. But okay, so let's get into Love Me Not, because this record, I had to see when did this come out, because it feels like it wasn't even created in this era.
Yeah. What does it feel like?
It has like a nostalgic, I don't know, it almost gives me like Dolly Parton. Yeah. It's somewhere else. And that's actually something I was going to ask you too, because a lot of your projects, pivoting, but a lot of your projects sound different.
Yeah.
So I guess when you were creating this one, what were you listening to, or is that on purpose when you switch your sounds? What is it?
It's not a thing of going into a project and saying I'm going to make a country album, it's more so feeding that inner voice of what I want to hear. What do I want to hear right now in the world? I'm going to make that. So I think a lot of my songs and my music fall between the lines of a lot of different things I listen to. Yeah. So I'm glad to hear, or happy to hear what people take from it, because people take very different things. I've gotten 60s doo-wop from Love Me Not, from people, people just hear different things in music. So I'm always interested to see. But Dolly, that's a new one.
It gets it's pop.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think because it has so much soul, it just doesn't sound like it's from here.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I just love when music hits that like middle of the road type of feel where it's like I can't put my finger on what this is exactly.
I literally was like, this is a new record?
Yeah. But it still feels, it has like a pop sensibility to it, which I thought was just so cool about it. So
was this record about like a relationship? Because I know you took time to put this together, and in that note you shared, you said that, you know, it's a direct reflection of everything that you have been going through. Yeah. So is this like a fresh relationship, an old relationship, or maybe just like an observer, third perspective?
I think sometimes songs, like I have songs like One Wish that feel like completely like something I've been through. Then other things are just fun for me to imagine or to talk about. Of course, I've been through a situation like I'm singing about in Love Me Not, but I do love this idea of creating characters for certain songs or certain predicaments like that, and approaching like a subject like love that's talked about on every single song in a really kind of juvenile way is something I like to do.
That's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
How many characters have you created on this project?
I mean, all of it's me, but I think I tapped into
like
different parts, different layers. Yeah. Different voices, for
I love
sure.
it. That's fun. Okay, and then let's talk about Dream Girl with Dolla. I actually really like this collaboration between you two.
Thank you.
Sonically, very well put together. How did that go? Because I know he's also a producer too.
Yeah.
What is that session like?
So, sadly, we weren't able to do this in person.
Oh, boo. Okay,
I'm sorry. The schedules are just crazy, and he's doing a lot right now.
Yes,
but I was so happy he made the time to do this feature. So when I heard that he wanted to do it, I flipped, and I was like, I hope he does it, because I think he will add something, just adds perspective to the song, which he did. So I'm super happy with it. And then Dahi's production is just insane. Something that I think is similar about us is that we like I said, to live in those in-between worlds and like combine them to make something new, I guess. So when I first heard that that guitar loop, like almost like Brazilian Spanish guitar with the Prince drums underneath, I was like, what made you do that? Like, that should not make sense in any world, but it felt so good, so we kept it.
And then I'm just going to get into a few other records. I didn't get to hear these yet, but I'm just curious. The name Bad Idea really just it strikes a chord. Yeah. What was going on when you wrote that record?
I had gotten out of a long-term relationship, and I knew I wanted a song on there to kind of wrap up the remaining emotions around it. But I wanted to do it in a really fun and playful way, because I'm not angry about the breakup, or I just wanted to approach it in a way that felt kind of, like I said, juvenile, or like even the melody on it, once you hear it, feels like I'm at recess.
Okay. Okay. I like it. Good for you. How long did it take you to put this project together?
Me and Dahi started working on Birdseye about a year and some change ago. So not really that long, considering my track record. So not that long.
And why Birdseye?
I think that phrase came to me because just throughout the songwriting process, I found myself really dipping back into my childhood and growing up in Chicago, and just these pivotal moments in my life where I started to really pick out these things that made me who I am and my identity. So that's why you see Love Me Not back on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
And my grandmother's home.
I love the way you shot that video.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I love how people are actually in the home, like
all my
acting
family.
as if you're not.
It's all my family.
I love that.
So it was important even just to have that family feel involved with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Thank
I like
you.
Two women eating.
Yeah.
It's like, I really feel like I was there.
I love that.
Love that. So, are you shooting more videos in Chicago like that?
Not Not yet.
Okay.
So, but it was so fun to do that one and get my family involved and even see people comment like from the neighborhood, like, oh my God, it's so cool to see the South Side, you know, portrayed in this way. It feels real.
Man,
yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to Chicago. I feel like I would like Chicago though, just because the people I meet there, I end up liking. I feel like you guys are cousins to DMV type people. Yeah, I do.
I agree. I agree with you.
But when it comes to just like the sound that's coming out of Chicago, I feel like, you know, you're definitely in the lane of your own. And it's,
thank you.
What, I guess, and now I'm just backtracking completely, but like, how did you find your sound?
I think that's something I'm doing every day. Honestly, with every session, I find something new about what I enjoy out of music. But I do think growing up in Chicago and being around certain artists definitely put me in a certain, I think, section of music and what I enjoyed and what I was inspired by. So being able to meet Saba and No Name and Mick Jenkins, Chance.
You guys have a whole renaissance.
Yeah. So being like kind of the youngest one and seeing them experience certain things and make like careers out of music was something that was super inspiring for me and pivotal in me pursuing music, period.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
And what are some of the artists or like albums that you are listening to? And I'm only asking just so I can, like, when I'm getting to know people, well, back when I was dating, I'm not really dating anymore, but when I was dating, when I would go on dates with guys, I'd be like, yo, what's your top 5? And I would judge people, not judge them, but it just let me know, like, where your head's at, if that makes sense. Like, if the guy's telling me he listens to Future and fucking Bossman D-Lo all the time, it's like, all right, I see where you at. You know, but if you're more into, like, I don't know, Kendrick or something, I think we have a chance. I don't know, but what are the things that you were listening to if you had to, like, name 5?
When I was a teenager?
Yeah.
It was a mixed bag. I remember discovering like J. Paul like at early high school, like freshman year. So that was something that was cool to me. Stereo Lab, I started listening to around the same time. Brandy, Janet. And then I grew up like obviously listening to soul, R&B, like Denise Williams, Diana, Beyonce.
Just go talk.
Yeah.
Just go talk. I like it. Yeah, I just was curious because your palette is obviously diverse. But okay, so on We Need to Talk, we play this game called Questions That Need Answers.
Yeah.
All you have to do is fill in the blank.
Okay.
The older I get, the less I
overthink.
Ooh, yay, we love that. You would never believe me if I told you.
Maybe if I told you. I love the show Seeking Sister Wives. Don't ask.
Yeah, the name is crazy. What? What are you into? Please tell me you have higher aspirations, right?
I just need to watch certain things to make me feel like my life isn't that crazy.
Understandable, actually. It's an escape. It's an escape. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I am. I'm gonna check it out. Yo, I'm gonna check it out. It sounds like a good escape.
You said the name.
You said Chasing Sister Wives? What the fuck? All right. What? I can't believe I actually blanked when I was younger.
Ooh, I can't believe I actually.
Oh.
Ooh, I have to think about that.
Let's put a pin.
Okay.
I'm a little embarrassed by the fact that I know so little about. Don't overthink. Your first answer was, I'm done with overthinking.
I know so little about cooking.
Okay. Work in progress. I get it. Sometimes I look back at my life and
laugh.
Laughing. That's good. I made a complete fool of myself when I
forgot my own lyrics on stage.
Oh man, what?
After you gotta hit the Normani.
Play it off. Play it off. I like
what
it.
I say?
All right. My personality trait is
giggly.
Giggly?
Yeah.
I can see that. And then the last one I will do is from time to time it's good to do.
From time to time it's good to go back home.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you stay when you go?
It depends on what I'm doing, but like the last couple of times it's been like a week at a time.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I love going home.
Soul.
It's always a reminder of like
yeah,
why you're doing it.
100%.
What you're doing it for.
100%.
I feel it. All right, so, and then also a question I meant to ask earlier too is like, with this project, what era would you call yourself in?
I would say a discovery.
Wow, you still think it's discovery?
I think so. I think it's going to be discovery for a long time. Honestly. I mean, I'm 25, and I feel there's a lot of career ahead of me. So, a lot of learning myself, reinventing. So, I think it's going to be, I think life is just a cycle of feeling like you know yourself and then falling out of that and then getting there again, falling out of it. So, yeah, I think with this album, I definitely feel like I'm getting closer to like who I am as like a woman and an artist. But still, there's so much about me that I'm like ready to unveil.
Yeah, I love it, and we're ready for it.
Thank you.
Shout out your Instagram. Oh, sorry. And then the last thing is, what is one record that you're listening to that you feel like is a sleeper? And it can honestly, it could be anything.
Okay.
It could be a Stevie Wonder record. It could be your own record. It could be any record.
Since you mentioned Stevie Wonder, he has a song. I'm forgetting the name. Oh, Rocket.
Rocket.
I think it's a sleeper. It's one of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs, but it's like a deep cut that I love.
I love that. I'm listening immediately. And then just shout out your gram and let everybody know who doesn't follow you where they can follow you.
You can follow me on everything at Ravyn Lenae, RAVYNLENAE.
Birdseye.
Birdseye out August 9th.
August 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I was like. I missed it.